Hello and welcome to the Sean Hegarty Show. My guest this week is fellow comedian, fellow Lurgan man, absolute wanker. He says I can say what I want, so I'm going to slag him. No, he's a fucking great lad. Please welcome Pete Giffin from Are We Podcast.
Are We Podcast? I love how that list, the most damning thing there was that I'm from Lurgan.
I know.
Where people would rather be called a wanker.
People always say to me as well, they're all, do you want me to mention that you're from Lurgan? And I'm all, no, you're alright.
Just like, no, because that's four of my punchlines.
Yeah.
Don't be saying it.
Half my set ruined. How you keeping?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah. Merry
Thanks for having
Christmas. You're welcome.
We're getting a bit sort of festive here. I'm looking at your decorations.
Yeah.
No expense spared.
It's very basic, I'll be honest with you, like, as you can probably tell, but I mean, I just wanted to put a wee Christmassy kind of edge on it without overdoing it.
There's a wee flutter of frosting.
Yeah,
I have to say, I'm only getting now the pun there for the fairy.
Do you like it? Yeah.
Bit of a slow burner, I do like that.
Do you know what I had to do? I had to literally pour the whole thing into a big giant pint glass and just sat it under our cupboard, and then I had to say to the owner a couple of days later, I was all, if you're looking for the fairy, it's literally just a fucking glass of green stuff.
Come home blocked. Oh, there's a big pint of limeade. Get it knocked into.
Get it in there, there's a fat frog.
I done that the other week, didn't drink fairy liquid, but I had friends over to my house. And you know, like, say if you buy like a 10 glass or like a litre bottle of vodka, you maybe don't want to bring a full bottle. Someone would put vodka into a water bottle, brought it to my house, like pour out measurements. I cleaned up the next day and he's always a bottle of water, put it in the fridge.
No
Later
way.
on that night, to take a drink out of it. Just fucking drinking raw Smirnoff. I was like, ugh.
Do you know my auntie used to do that? Do you know when the main man used to come round? Yeah, for
that's me and lemonade,
sodas or whatever it was called. Yeah, the main man. And she used to fill her bottles with bleach when she was finished with them. She used to send some of them back because you send the empties back and you save a bit of money or something. But then a few times she like put bleach in them. And she put bleach one time, right? Now it's about fucking 7 or 8 into what do you call it? Like a soda cream or cream soda?
Yeah.
In the cream soda bottle, which is fucking see-through.
Yeah.
Instead of putting it into raspberry and you go, that's not raspberry. She put it into cream soda and I poured a glass of it and I took a sip. And just as I took a sip, I was like, this is disgusting. I spat it out. And I says to my mum and dad, and they came down and smelled it. And they were like, it's fucking bleach. They were
that explains a lot.
It does, I know. Especially the big fucking hole I have here. But yeah, that's...
As Lurgan growing up.
That's the 80s for you.
Just fill glass bottles full of flammable liquid.
I know.
And keep them about the house.
Unbelievable.
Just in case, like.
Unbelievable. With kids coming and going all the time.
Did you have a main man? Did you get lemonade delivered?
We didn't, but our granny did. We used to visit our granny all the time and stuff, and you would see the main man coming and going. Then there was the electricity man, and there's like all these fucking weird people that you just don't see anymore. Now, come to think of it, the penny's starting to drop now, and I'm wondering, like, did my granny do something else?
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, it was all above board.
Yeah.
She was a very religious woman, so I would imagine she wouldn't be up to that kind of carry on.
Priest man coming in, the bishop man coming in. we had a milkman, but our milkman delivered us Sookies.
Yeah, that's
I remember that being a big thing. I think that's the first time I had a Sookie was delivered by the milkman.
It's mad, isn't it?
I know.
All this shit that just doesn't happen anymore.
We're treading on like Peter Kay material here.
I know.
I'm a milkman.
Yeah. I read a few reviews of his show recently. Some people were giving him 3 stars. Now I
seen some photos, some videos. He looks weird.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been well.
He's trimmed down a lot.
Yeah, but like not in a good way. Some of the photos I seen, I sort of looked like he was almost like he was sick.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why he cancelled his tour. I heard a lot of rumours when he did cancel him.
Yeah,
that he was sleeping with some wee lad and all in his
really?
And all this just bollocks. Like I think it's just people making stuff up.
Yeah,
but
I heard he was going around your granny's house.
Callback.
How far are we in this? But 7 minutes in, we're getting callbacks.
That's class. Yeah,
I seen some clips so like it was him like doing like musical numbers.
Yeah,
where he's like playing like the spade as if it's like a guitar, and someone commented
he hangs over the arena and stuff too.
Someone commented like, does he do any material, or is it just like singing songs?
Same old.
Yeah.
But Peter Kay is the kind of guy you could listen to him just fucking reading the phone book, and it'd be funny. Do you know what I mean?
Peter Kay.
He's brilliant. And did you try and get tickets?
Yeah.
How many? What were you in the queue?
I think. Well, I did that thing where I like assigned family members to do it for me.
Did you?
Like dictate. I think my sister, the closest she got was like 3,000.
Fuck, that's close. Fair play there.
Pretty close. Like
I don't know anyone who managed to get tickets, but I was I think it was 87,000 in the
87
in the queue. Yeah,
Jeez.
there's people in there in the 100. thousands.
I didn't think that. My sister got it close to, she got was 3,000. Like.
I would fucking close Boucher Road down and just fill Boucher Road with people.
Yeah.
I go see all these
quality.
people in the queue.
Yeah.
Let's just give him a big fucking megaphone. He could stand up by McDonald's.
I'd say do it.
Shout down Boucher. That's what I'd do.
Do you know what I've been listening to recently the past couple of days? Christmas. Do you remember his Christmas song? Did you ever see that?
Yeah. The woman? What do you call her?
Geraldine McQueen.
Geraldine, yeah.
She's like a woman from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
It's just a Christmas song. It's so bad, but so good.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Do you? No, I love a Christmas song. I'm not a fan necessarily of that one. I think it's because I know it's a character.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Avid Marion one too, with the Bo Selected. Do you remember that one?
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Proper Crimbo.
Selected.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of that one either, but I fucking love Christmas songs. Like, see the day and hour we get our Christmas tree up.
Yeah.
It's Christmas tunes right up to Boxing Day.
When did you put up?
The last weekend in November.
You see, I've like just moved into my house like the past year or two. So I was very much like, see, when I get my own house, it's December. Don't go up before. And then I had a gig on the 1st of December. I was like, last weekend in November is not too bad, like, is it?
Aye, that's it. That's when you can start. What I do is I hold back as well. Because like I know our neighbours across the road, once they took their Halloween decorations down, they just put their tree and stuff up.
Right.
And I was like, that's too early. That's far too early for me.
Yeah.
So I was almost like stopping myself from looking in their house because I don't want to feel it too early because it'll come and go before I know it.
Anyway,
The binoculars. But
just trying to see if you've got your tree up. This is the bathroom, mate.
Just checking here. I'll just be a wee minute. But that was me pretending to jerk it. For anyone just listening to the audio here, in case they thought I had a wee seizure there, just. Yeah. But yeah, I get to the point where I have to hold back, and I'm like, oh, no Christmas songs yet. Don't do anything. Don't start eating mince pies yet. Hold off. Because what I do as well is the whole of December, anytime Liverpool play, I have a wee coffee and a mince pie, watching the match.
Football, Christmas football's good, isn't it?
Yeah. See Boxing Day and fucking every team's playing, and then 2 days later they're all playing again, and
it's class.
Matches every
day.
Get the
yellow ball out because it might be snowing.
Yeah.
You're like,
it's class, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a FIFA game.
It really
when I play
is.
FIFA, like, which is very rarely, it's at the winter night, yellow football, just feels class. It's
brilliant.
But you were saying there about like your neighbours as soon as they take the Halloween decorations down, don't get that. I think it's different if you have kids. Like, but I don't get that. See people do Halloween and Easter. Do you ever see people doing Easter decorations?
No, but I'm sure it doesn't surprise me because it's the only fucking holiday left where people don't put decorations up.
Like, what's the next
step?
Joke, like? Pancakes, Easter decorations. You know what I mean? It's just scraping the ball. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, just all hard pancakes from the year before, just scattered.
Just smearing the towel on the windows.
It was brilliant. I don't like Halloween decorations. I'm a fan of all the holidays,
right?
But there's something about Halloween decorations where people have started putting them up now 3 weeks before Halloween night. I don't mind Halloween week, but see putting them up 2 to 3 weeks before. Why are we making this another Christmas? Do you know what I mean?
Like the house opposite me, they had like a big spider's web coming from their wall, like down into their garden, almost like a tent, and spread out like a web. Had like a big fake spider in it, and then like witch's legs sticking out of the ground as if like the witch had been buried. It looked class, but at the same time you're like, can you be bothered?
Full on. I know.
Bothered, like?
That's what it's literally coming down to now, isn't it? Just who could be actually bothered to do all this shit?
The best crack is they took some of it away, but they clearly could have putting like the spider's web back. So they just took the spider off and just put like fairy lights around it. So it's like, oh, that's Christmas now. And you're like, that's a fucking spider's web a minute ago. 6 months' time will be pancakes on it.
I fucking Ash Wednesday. Just fuck loads of fire ashes over it. Just for one day. So you have your tree up?
Yeah.
Are you a Christmas man? Are you...
That's the thing. Since like I wasn't, when I was living with mum and dad, I was a bit, it's not really that big of a deal. You get your own wee house, you get your own decorations. That was very much into it now.
Put your own wee touch on it.
Yeah. I do like it. It just sort of, because I live alone as well. I think like having the decorations up, it just sort of makes the house sort of homely. I enjoy it. Like,
makes you feel like it's more than just you lives there.
Yeah. That sounded sinister. You outside my window wanking again.
Just for the witch's legs. Me fucking pounding away.
Sean, come in, I'll get you a mince pie and a coffee. You don't have to do this. I seen you were seeing Santa.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times now. I've seen him twice or 3 times already. Yeah, we were literally over in Rushmere. I think it was the day that they set the grotto and stuff out.
Right, okay.
And we were walking past, and my daughter spotted him. We were like, "Oh, look at Santa!" And she was buzzing. And then we said, like, "Is there any chance of us going?" Yeah. I said, "Is there any chance of us coming in and seeing him?" And it says, like, you have to go on the website and book something, almost like a Eventbrite kind of thing.
Right.
So that's what we did. And we had to book our slot. It was literally 10 minutes later. And then you just go in and you see him. But it was weird because the one we went to at the weekend, the one I posted on Instagram there that you're talking about,
yeah.
that was in Glen Park Estate. And it was fucking brilliant. It was the best one we've ever been to.
The reason I'm bringing it up is because I just read the tagline. I was expecting, like, oh, like Christmas with the family. I've never seen such a glowing review. You were like, this is the fucking best Santa experience ever. I was like, but all right.
There's things like that, though, where I want to promote them because, like, I'm obviously not getting paid to promote them, but things like that, when they put so much effort in and you have such a good time, you want to sort of give them a wee nudge and go, here, if you're going to go and see something or go to something, go to this, because we have been to some shite. Like the one we went to in Antrim wasn't great. It was like a lights thing and a walk.
Yeah.
And we were literally queued up, right? You go on this wee walk, you enter this wee trail, and it's literally just a path with like loads of lights and stuff around it. And there was a queue for about 20 minutes, but we couldn't see the end of the queue, so we didn't know what was up there. We didn't know if people were stopping to watch some kind of performance or there was some kind of light exhibition or something was going on. But all it was people had stopped under this wee kind of bridge area to just take photos.
Is there, when you're like queuing up to start this thing, is there like a wee coffee place, like a burger place?
Yeah, and then a big wheel. The big wheel as well.
Oh, I can't remember a wheel. I don't know if it's the same place.
When were you there? Last year?
No, probably the one before COVID.
Well, then they might have just added the wheel to it just to make it
like
better.
A walk around the woods.
It's not even the woods. It's just a walk with loads of lights up.
Then.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Because there is so many people where or so many events where it's just like throwing out Santa in there, 25 quid.
That's what they're doing. Yeah. They're just cleaning up money wise and just not giving you much back for your money. Yeah. Whereas this place had everything. You go into these, almost like the Ulster American Folk Park. Isn't that in Oma, isn't it?
It's on the way there. I remember you drive past it going to gigs and stuff like.
Yeah, if you're going to Derry, you drive past it all the time, don't you? Or Strabane or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that on either side, and a wee tractor brings you down with like a wee sort of train carriage thing on the back of the tractor.
Right.
So they drive you down. It's like a wee 5 or 10 minute journey. You sing jingle bells and everything, and then they stop, and there's 2 houses on either side, but they're like really old, like 18th century houses. So you have a choice of going into one. You go into one and you make like a wee snowman and they help you colour in and stuff. And there's wee lads and wee girls there who are dressed as elves. Right. Sorry to spoil it for anyone who's going. They're not real elves. They're just children. And there's big fires lit in all of them. And they give you marshmallows and you can heat your marshmallow up at the fire and stuff. So there's different rooms where you can do different things. And then you go across the way and a woman reads you a wee Christmas story and you get to write your letter to Santa and stuff. We didn't even bring the child. It was just me and Diona. Fucking buzzing. Just getting an opportunity to write a letter to Santa.
You're on your letter to Santa. It's just a step ladder.
Yeah. Just give me a witch, please, with upside down legs. I'd be happy. But we had a great time. Our daughter loved it. So I was like, I'm going to promote these guys.
What is it like you've kids all different ages? What's on Santa list nowadays?
All electronic stuff.
Yeah.
I have 3 boys, 13 and older, and everything is just a tablet or a gaming PC or just shite like headphones and things.
It's a bit old man to say, but it sort of ruins the magic, doesn't it? If it's all just like.
I know. I remember Christmas Eve night, because that's when we would do all our rapping. Me and Diona just have rap battles, just constantly.
You weren't going to say it, I was going to do it.
I was waiting on you. I thought I'd get in there first. But we would sit and do all our wee rapping. So we'd have like, maybe Diona would have a Bailey's and I'd have a wee cider and stuff, and we'd light the fire and we'd just throw all the wrapping paper out and all the presents, and we'd sit and wrap them and watch maybe Gavin and Stacey Christmas special or the Royal Family Christmas specials.
They're some of the best Christmas specials,
aren't they?
I love it. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm gonna Google British sitcom Christmas specials, and instead of watching, I'm not a big Christmas movie guy. I'm gonna watch all comedy Christmas specials, like Porridge,
class,
Only Fools and Horses, stuff like that.
There's loads of them. There's fucking forget loads. About, Faulty Towers. Is there a Christmas one of those?
I don't think so.
Is there not?
No.
Because they only did like 2 series or something.
There's
only
12 episodes of Faulty Towers.
But the Gavin and Stacey ones I think are up there with some of the best.
I haven't seen the most recent one.
Oh, it's good.
You know,
Yeah,
they came back
Smithy's
like a year or two
girlfriend
ago.
or something. His girlfriend's really posh, and she comes to visit, and he puts on like a posh voice and stuff, you know, for her
Right,
being
okay.
there. So it's
It'd probably
definitely
be
worth
hard
watching.
James Corden back now that he's such a wanker.
So I hear, I know. I try not to listen too much to what people are saying on social media because there's a mass amount of shite being spurred all the time.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what not to believe. So I'll maybe wait to see if I ever meet him one day and then go.
I love how you're
You're a
like,
ball
Peter
back
Kay
to me.
amongst we felt, but look, no, honestly, no James Corden slander. Right? That's not losing ourselves.
I've heard a lot of dark shit about James Corden.
Yeah.
Especially
well,
with the
dark shit. All I've heard is like, you know, like the stuff about like the writing people on a show.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay them right. But did you hear? Did you see of him doing Ricky Gervais's material? That's definitely not him. That's a writer who's fucked up. Like,
yeah, or a writer who's went suck my dick.
Yeah,
you've been a dickhead to me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do this. Write this word for word.
Yeah.
Show you the actions to do, and then I'm just gonna head on and just watch on TV tonight with a big carry out, just laughing in your face.
When you were sort of talking about, you know, like shit Santa experiences, I actually was thinking in my head, you know, the Nessa from Gavin and Stacey. Which is just giving out like
one Quality Street or something, wasn't
it?
A celebration.
She gives Uncle Brian the bounty and she's like, I'll get you another one. Sorry. Don't be worried.
And then Gavin, they made him key up. And then he came in and he sat in her knee and all, and she gave him a gift, and he was all, actually, Nessa, you didn't pay the pound. He had to give it back. Oh, it's brilliant.
It's class, very quotable.
It's so good, isn't it?
I love it, like, yeah.
I know. We have our wee Christmas show starting tonight.
Right?
Our wee Christmas show in the Grand Opera House studio. Home
Alone, yes.
Yeah, so I have to go down to Belfast later this afternoon, and it almost feels like a wee premiere or something. You know, it feels like Christmas Eve almost to me.
First date tonight?
First one's tonight, yeah.
My auntie and uncle were talking about it.
Were they?
Yeah, they were looking at getting tickets. I'm not sure.
There's hardly a ticket left.
Yeah.
It's fucking so hard to get. They're mostly single tickets. I think Christmas Eve Boxing Day and New Year's Eve, we had maybe 15 to 20 seats left in each. We had an opportunity to sit beside family and friends.
Okay.
But if you're looking to go to any other dates, you're sitting on your own.
Yeah.
You just must split up and see each other after.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever done anything like that before or written any kind of script, but see on the first night when you're just sitting in the audience just going, please be fucking funny.
It's like we were talking about off camera, like when you're doing a podcast and there's no audience, so you don't get that reaction. It's even more so when you're sitting in the house writing a script.
Yeah,
you're not hearing anyone's laugh until.
I know. And it's just weeks of me and Diona just sitting in our fucking dressing gowns, just drinking tea and coffee and just kind of firing ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's weird to kind of see just everything that happens from doing that to getting the show in the actual Grand Opera House and casting it and hiring a director and hiring a technician and hiring all these people you didn't know you needed.
Yeah.
And just like this is our first what would you call it? Like not a commission, but our first production together.
Yeah.
And especially with our first production company. We've written scripts before. We have a script in the Waterfront that's out this Christmas too. Aladdin, the adult play.
Right.
We had one last year that got cancelled halfway through because of COVID.
Right, okay.
And then we did one a couple of years before that as well. So we have done it a few times, but this is our first production together. Where we've actually produced it ourselves. So it's all our own money has gone into it, and it's fucking expensive.
Stressful as
so
well.
Dear. So stressful.
How long ago would you have written some of them scripts for this?
This one we wrote during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was meant to go out the year COVID hit, which was 2019.
Yeah.
But we've obviously updated the scripts and done loads of rewrites since then.
Yeah.
So it is very modern and up to date and a lot of modern references, but having to go back through all that was painful. We were like, right, we have our script. People, the guys who read it loved it, and that's why we got commissioned to sort of make it. But now we have to sit down and go scene by scene here and go, what are we cutting out? What are we taking? What are we putting in? What's going to be relevant come Christmas? Because we probably did rewrite 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of kind of...
one of those ones where, like, if you write something so long ago and, like you said, you didn't have the reaction of an audience there, you can overthink it. The more you read something, the less funny it becomes. I'm a firm believer in, if it was funny in your head when you first thought it, you have to go with it. Yeah. Like a lot of people, oh, what about this bit of material? What about this material? It's like, if you thought it and you thought it was funny in that first, you have to sort of go with it because you can talk yourself out of.
Oh, massively, yeah. I do it all the time, even on stage too. I write a joke or saying if I'm doing like new material I'm like, right, I'm going to start with this one, do that one, that one, that one, that one. And then I get up, and the second I look at the audience, I just revert back to just doing my normal shit. Yeah. I'm like, I just don't have the balls to test out new stuff.
Yeah, because that's one thing I like. Sometimes I like my first joke to be something about in the room. Something reference something that's happened that day, or something that another comedian has said. And a lot of times, like, I'll go off, like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Just do your normal opener. Do your normal opener. And then I go up and I do the joke that I thought up that day, and it goes well.
Yeah.
And you come off stage and you go, think about how many times you talked yourself out of doing that. You just trust your... Now, obviously, sometimes it doesn't work, like, but it is good.
But with experience, you kind of figure that out over time, and you kind of know then what is going to work and what isn't. You know, you have a better sort of gauge on what the audience are going to be like, depending on where you are.
Yeah, and with this Malone show, Home Alone, do you want to use acting in it? No.
We decided not to, especially because our daughter's so young as well. Our daughter's like 1.5.
Yeah.
So this is almost like our first proper Christmas where she isn't just a wee blob who just lies there and has no idea. Do you know, she properly knows Santa. We started watching, like, you want to see what she watches, right?
You know Santa, you brought her to about 6 of them.
No. Sure. You say his name, say his fucking name. We started off, or not we started off, we have like friends and stuff, right? And people who are in her nursery. And there's kids who are just starting to say wee words and just starting to talk now. But she talks flat out, and she's been walking for about 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
She's fucking so advanced. And you'll never guess what she watches every day. Like, we come down the stairs in the mornings and we're like,
just her watching
what'll we stick
channels.
On? She's watching all our own fucking stand-up sets and all. And we said to her, we're like, what do you want to watch? And we're like, Peppa Pig and stuff. And she goes, Kevin, Home Alone.
Right, okay.
She wants to watch Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2.
Right.
And then she watches The Grinch, and she watches Arthur Christmas, and she watches Polar Express, and all these like films that are for probably 5 and 6 years plus. Do you know what I mean?
It's not just colours.
Yeah.
Run the bound with
it's
like happy
full
music.
Proper. She
it's
wants a storyline
with like an arc and like she's on plot doesn't really hold up in Peppa Pig like.
That's it. Yeah, characters don't make sense and stuff, and she's looking at fucking Easter eggs and all, and she's like, "Oh, look at this!" And there's a green screen. And
Father, I've outgrown George. Get Polar Express on now.
Yeah. That's what she's like. What do you like most about Christmas then? Are you more the movies and TV shows? Are you more the songs?
No,
the decorations?
Just sort of, it's like friends and family going out, a few drinks. I was in New JP's in Lurgan. That would be sort of like, obviously people don't know Lurgan. Like, Courthouse would be the sort of main place people go out for a proper night out. But see, you know, like a wee pub for a couple of pints. Closest one to maybe JP's, and I was in there with my mates.
It's all been done up, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice inside now.
Is it finished?
Yeah, they've got like a big pool room and all upstairs.
Class.
They're not sponsoring this pod like, but they should. But that was the first time I'd heard Christmas music on a night out this year, and I was like, yes,
love it.
Now we're going. My mate was going back to Australia, so it was like a leaving do. So just all mates there, you know, like people who you wouldn't normally hang about with. You like, and I think that's sort of Christmas, you know, going out for a night out, seeing people you used to go to school with, tunes on, everyone in good form.
Yeah, that's it. That's one thing I realised in the past few years, that Christmas is no longer just Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It's just Christmas Day if you're a child and you're getting presents.
Yeah.
But for adults, I think Christmas is just the whole holiday period.
Unpopular opinion, Christmas Day is the worst day of the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the build up to it. A lot of the time it's a bit sort of, I don't
bit
have kids
underwhelming.
running, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a different dynamic.
It's very true though, yeah. And then the shops are closed and you're panicking Christmas Eve going, have we got everything? And you go out to get some last minute things because you've forgotten fucking peas or Brussels sprouts or something, or a bit of gravy. And everywhere's just rammed, and it's torture. Really is.
It's crazy. Like, we like to, like, we'd go out Christmas Eve for like a meal with the family.
Class.
We'd go out somewhere, and then on the 23rd we're going to, you know, the QFT in Belfast. Lovely wee cinema in there. And they put on like classic Christmas films.
That's amazing.
And like they have like a bar and all that, so you go in and have a few drinks, watch a classic movie, and then
you can have drinks too?
Oh, it's lovely. And they've like really big, like nice leather chairs. It's this tiny wee small cinema, maybe only about 100 people in it. Lovely, like I'd really recommend it.
That's class. Do you know what's on this year?
Yeah, so it's all like classic ones. We're going to see the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Brilliant.
Which I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But my Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favourite.
You're very old school?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's class, like.
No. It's black and white, isn't it?
It's black and white, yeah. Have a wee crying all at the end. It's very emotional.
Really?
Yeah, it's lovely.
I must watch that then. Yeah. I'd be more Home Alone. Like, I think Home Alone 1 and 2 are probably my favourite Christmas films. Alf's up there too. Like,
yeah, Alf's
fucking brilliant.
Like, Alf will be on in QFT, but like,
Yeah.
you've seen it a million times. It's good to
I
sort of
know.
go for one you
Yeah.
haven't seen.
Especially black and white too, because it's more of like a. It's not your everyday cinema. Sure, it's not.
Yeah.
So that
It's a nice
sounds
wee
lovely.
feel, like,
Yeah.
and everyone, it's close to small cinemas. Christmas time, people react. We went to see. Do you ever watch National Lampoons?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's very sort of like slapstick. He goes to put the Christmas decorations up. He's falling off the ladder and all that kind of.
Right.
When we went to see it in the theater, everyone's pissing themselves. It's almost like you're at a gig. Everyone's like laughing and reacting out loud.
Class.
That's good. Like,
fucking hell. Cinema's on its way out though, isn't it?
yeah. Like, I'm not a movie guy.
I'm not either. I don't think anyone is nowadays. I don't think anyone has the attention span for a movie anymore.
Oh, my brain's racked with TikTok. Like, I have no attention span.
I know.
I find myself fast forwarding TikToks.
Really?
That are a minute long, and I'm fast forwarding them.
It's scary.
That's dangerous. Like,
you wonder what the future's going to be like. I think eventually there'll be no such thing as marriage and stuff.
Yeah.
No one will want to stay with the same person. Yeah. It'll be, we'll go on 3 dates. We'll buck like fucking rhinos, and then we'll just go our separate ways, and we'll go out next weekend, and
it's nuts. Like,
it'll start again. It's scary. Even with my kids and stuff too. Now they've no attention span. Even like car journeys.
Yeah.
They're just itching to get out of the car the minute they get in.
Yeah.
So they can't be fucked just waiting until you get there. They have to be watching stuff. They have to be playing stuff, flicking through stuff.
Constantly, like, stimulated.
Constant.
I find myself like as well. Like, I sit down to have like dinner or something. It's like, oh, I need to have a podcast on.
Really?
I can't sit here and have dinner on my own. Like, there needs to be like a constant background noise. It's not good for you.
But then I suppose if you live on your own too, it's I suppose you do need that kind of company or that something, especially when you're eating food and stuff. Whereas like we'd sit and maybe have just wee chats and stuff, but we'd have Christmas music on in the background, or Alexa would be playing something like so.
Yeah.
A fucking noise. Every time I press record here, something happens. Like somebody does something in the street that is completely abnormal.
That's sort of a background noise. I didn't really pick it up.
It's torture. I don't know if they're road cleaning or working away or what, but Santa. Every time. Santa. He's building his toys.
He drives a diesel.
We've gigged together quite a bit recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
We did the new gig that started in Lisburn.
It was lovely.
It's very nice, isn't it?
I was explaining to Kim Franco and Sean McAleave. They're saying what it's like. I was like, the audience coming up to you, you could tell they were happy you were there. They were appreciative that there was a gig put on.
Yeah. There's nothing in Lisburn, is there?
Nothing I know of.
There's nothing I know of either. But they weren't your normal Lisburn audience either, because I imagined them to be a wee bit kind of more reserved, let's say, to be respectful.
Yeah, no, they're up for it. Like, they're up for the crack.
They were definitely up for it for Sunday night too.
Sunday night, and it was an outside one as well. Obviously, they had the heaters and all on, but like you'd think maybe, the energy would be down a bit. No, but they were bang up for it. It was good crack, and then we done a few laveries together as well. We done the Moy.
That's right. We've been on together loads recently.
It's like I said,
I know. Moy was good too.
Moy was brilliant.
Moy's always a nice gig down there.
Well, I never told you this. I was talking to Lal, and I was talking to the guys we did the podcast with. The first 3 times I did the Moy, I thought I just did okay. I never felt like I had a good gig, and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" Like, I need, like, when you haven't had a class gig in a venue, sort of niggles at you a wee bit. And then that one we done recently came off. I was like, fuck.
You're back.
He's back, baby.
What do you put it down to?
I think the first time I did the Moy was my 4th or 5th gig.
Okay.
And that was the biggest audience I did. I'd done like chicken boxes, the green room, and 20 people. I walked into that bar and it was 100 people.
It was rammed, wasn't it?
Steaming. And it was, that day was a Six Nations game. And the Ireland game was like the late kick-off, so there's people in from the rugby, and I was just a wee bit rabbit in the headlights. And then the second time, it was just, just rowdy crowd. Probably just wasn't. I don't think I ever had a bad one on it. It was just done all right. But I was like, I always knew you could do better. And I was like, I need to get this one.
Yeah, it's a lovely spot though. It's a shame. I hate when you go into a room and it faces 2 different directions.
Yeah,
which is what that does, and it's such a shame because we could have and the night that we did recently, it was so mild out, we could have had it in the wee downstairs bit.
Yeah.
But it was obviously too late by the time we got there to try and go, right, let's move everyone outside. You almost need to advertise that, I think, earlier for for people to know
it's
to wear the right
different if
gear.
you're outside and you go, here, we can all go in. But if people are inside, it's a harder sell to go, right, everyone, come on, we'll go outside.
Big time. But I do prefer that kind of square, just rows of seats.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be, like.
Me and a couple of mates were going to go to the one on the 30th of December just to go and watch, because it's brilliant lineup, like.
Yeah. There's Sean and Kieran are both doing that, aren't they?
And then isn't it Vittorio?
Yeah, Vittorio's headlining. No, Mickey had to pull out.
Oh, Mickey had to pull out, okay.
Vittorio, and I've asked Rory Woods, but I haven't heard back from him, so I'm waiting to hear back from Rory Woods. Okay. So if he opens, it'll be good. I will hear. I'll try and squeeze you in if you want to get up and even do 5 minutes. Or would you rather do that than relax and have a night out with your mates?
I don't know. We'll see what the crack is, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, sure, if you fancy it on the night, let me know and I'll
100%.
give you a few minutes. Like, but yeah, there's those three, and then Vittorio's going to headline, which is fucking going to be great.
I haven't seen Vittorio yet, and I'm damned.
I've never seen him either.
He's had that whole buzz around after the Edinburgh.
He won Best Newcomer, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Class.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, that's unbelievable.
He just seems like he's going to be the next one that maybe go. I know I was going to say Mock the Week. It's done now, but you can just see him. I can picture him on a panel show.
Mm-hmm.
You're the sort of like next sort of young comedian who's came out of the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
You can see that from his social media. Like, his social media presence is constantly, and it's one thing that I lack too.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I sit back and I'm like, why am I posting all these sketches and stuff on social media? Because I'm not trying to be an actor. I'm not trying to be a comedy actor. What is going on here? Do you know, I feel like the time has maybe passed where people go to social media now to see sketches. Yeah. Which used to happen all the time a few years ago.
And crowd interaction. Yeah. I think is the way forward now. Yeah. I think
you're right.
The sketches were booming 5-6 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it seems to be podcast clips, and I think, not that I'm in any place to give you any advice, but like for you, I'd say it'd be like crowd interaction.
Yeah.
Clips of you doing on the night.
I know, because I do it all the time now.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's great.
I really enjoy it. It's the only thing is though, it's one of those things where if you imagine going to a gig completely unprepared, that's what it feels like every time I MC, because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. Yeah. I don't know what the audience are going to be like. I don't know. I have nothing pre-planned. I just go out and just go, right, just slag loads of them and just try and have a really good time, or and make it look like you're having a good time. Because
a lot of MCs are like, do a wee bit of crowd work and stuff, but it's really just trying to get a word that leads them into a longer bit. Yeah, you don't necessarily do long 5-10 minute bits.
I know. Sometimes I just talk to the audience for 10 or 15 minutes straight. Yeah. But I think it's important too to put bits of material out there as well. Yeah. Me and Diona were talking about this the other day, because obviously you don't want... There's another car being stolen. Because obviously you don't want to just do crowd work and then the first act comes out and the audience are like, what the fuck is this material? Why is he not still slagging people? Yeah. So I think you have to try and get the balance right to do a bit of both, so the audience know what to expect throughout the night. But yeah, I'm really loving MCing at the minute. I'm MCing fucking loads. I must be MCing 5 times a month now, which is bananas.
I've got my first one coming up.
Have you? Where? Dundonald?
Not far, Newton Arts.
Newton Arts, not too far away. What's in Newton Arts? A new gig?
A gig in a pizza shop.
Class. Right. Bring your own booze or what?
Yeah.
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 Right. Is this your gig?
No.
Not even?
No.
Are you resident MC or one off?
I think we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it just to sort of see what the crack is like. See if I can do it and just get that sort of skill set like.
Are you nervous about it?
Not too bad, but I say I will be like.
When's your 100th gig? Is it this week?
No, so my anniversary is the 16th of December.
Right. Okay.
So, but I had Strabane booked in, and then I got cancelled. And then the night it got cancelled, I had 2 open mics in Dublin. And I just was a bit deflated, and I thought, I'm not going to Dublin to do these 2 gigs. Like, I've reached 100. What
are you on?
I think I'll be on about 97.
You have to do something. Do you want to do a couple of minutes now?
Have I not already? But yeah, I'll sort something out. If it's not on the day, it'll be a couple of days after the 100th gig gets booked in. Like,
fuck, something has to be done. Surely you can do the PAV on Monday if you're not already doing it.
Mate,
I should be on an idiot.
And I fucking ringed it to get the 97. I've got that on live.
Fuck. There's no laveries or nothing you can do.
Don't know. Tag Colin it. We'll make us a clip and tag Colin in it.
Yeah.
That's what the boys are.
Yeah. If I was you, I would land down and asking you to do 5 minutes both nights.
Yeah.
That's bound to bring you up. What is this? This is the 7th?
Yeah. So it's next Friday.
16th, next Friday.
Yeah. But the only thing is, I'm away this weekend.
Where are you away?
Going to Liverpool.
Class. Can you not do a gig there?
I'm going to Liverpool and Manchester in January, and I have gigs booked in for then. This weekend I'm actually going to, you know, the Have a Word podcast?
Yeah.
I'm going to their live show. They've sold out the Liverpool Arena.
The bank, MS Bank or something is it called? And you're going to it?
Yeah, insane. Like,
Class.
selling their, like,
unbelievable.
and that arena, like giants, SSE.
Yeah.
It's much bigger. Like, I don't, like, from being like a comedian and like sort of understand how gigs work, I'm not expecting like the best quality of show. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going, how is they going to make a live podcast?
I think
in
they
that
always.
Big of an arena?
I know where you're coming from, but I think with those lads, I think with the money they have in the back end and the friends, the comedian friends that they have, I think you'll be in for a class night. I think they'll plan something special because they're they're great and they're hardworking and they're, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest podcast probably on fucking planet Earth.
Yeah.
They're
They've also
huge.
got that lovely bit of like mentalness about it. Where like,
yeah.
Because like they've said, like, wait till you see what we've got planned, you know, like fireworks and like, I think they're going to come in from the ceiling and stuff. I think they are. I think they're sort of going, guys, how have we got this far? We might not get to do this again. Let's just take the piss out of this and see how much we can do.
But Shane's as well. Shane's, is it sold out yet?
I don't know. It's booked in for September, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What an achievement. With a fucking podcast doing an arena.
I know. Like, have you told someone that 3 years ago? Northern Ireland.
Madness.
It's great to see other acts doing bigger venues because it just opens the door for everyone the next run down.
That's it, yeah.
Even, you know, it would have been like maybe only Colin or Shane could do the SSA. Now Paddy and Kieran are doing it. You know, the likes of maybe, you know, William, who would have done a smaller venue, he's now doing another bigger one. Like, everyone's just stepping up another wee rung on the ladder. The
scene here is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best I've ever seen it. Yeah. It's electric. And I've said that loads of times before.
A good time.
You have.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame you didn't get in a few years or before, and then you'd have that wealth of experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even still, you still came to it at a brilliant time.
Yeah. Like, even like the fact, like, this year, 2023 coming up, I'm booking in a solo show for like autumn time. Like, even just like not even been doing it 2 years, doing a solo show. It's biting off more than I can chew, but I just sort of.
Do you know what?
Fuck it, like. Roll the dice, like, I just sort of.
That's it. Everyone's different. You can't compare yourself to anyone else on the scene. I think you just have to create your own path, and just go with the flow and just do what comes naturally and fucking reach for the stars. Why not?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why would you sit about doing 4 or 5 years, just doing open spots and, you know, doing wee paid sets places? Fucking run your own. Do all your own shit.
I'm a firm believer in sort of like fake it until you make it. Like, just give off the impression like I'm as good as anyone else, even if you're not. But like, sort of convince yourself. So I've messaged the Accidental Theatre for autumn. You know, like a 90-seater, which is probably quite ambitious.
What about Sunflower? Do it twice if it sells out.
Thinking about Sunflower, and the only thing would stop me from doing it is
Darren Matthews is a cunt.
Yeah, well, that's a given. Me, Kieran, and Sean, we did our.
He's not, by the way. I don't want
to. He's a legend.
In case he comes for me.
Gigging with him tonight, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're at Letterkenny tonight, are you? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck, good luck. Wow, that's a long old drive.
Yeah.
Fuck, plenty of time to go over your set on the way up.
I don't know, fuck. Me, Kieran, and Sean, we sort of did like a 3-way show. Kieran and Sean, they done like a solo show when I was a support act. And we sold it to Sunflower. And then we done it again, sold it out. So it's sort of like, I don't want to do a solo show there. Right. It just feels like I keep doing this. I just want to experience something different. So that's the only reason why I've.
Accidental will be class too.
Yeah.
It'll be a lovely spot. That's one of the few places I've never gigged, actually.
That's as well. I can't think of an example of a time where I might play it. So it's like, fuck it. I'll just message them and like, by this time next year, I can do 45 minutes. You know, I'm not going to do like an hour and 10.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
You could fill a whole second half.
2 support acts, doing 10 minutes, break, and then I go on do 45, 50. Yeah. Like, you could do that in
big time.
In a year's time, I feel like.
And it gives you something to aim towards too. Do you know what I mean? Gives you a reason to write in January, maybe if gigs slow down and
Kick
stuff.
Up the ass.
Yeah.
And we're doing the Fringe this August as well. So doing that in August, that'll get me ready for an October or November show. Hopefully.
Oh, easily, yeah. And when you're over there too, just gig like fuck.
Yeah.
Just you could gig easily 10 times a day at the
Fringe.
Really? It's bananas. It's fucking Disneyland for comedians, like.
Yeah. Because we're thinking about doing a 3-way show, doing maybe like 20 minutes each. So then, like, you're only doing 20 minutes a day on your own show. That gives you so much spare time to go see shows, jump on at places.
And Free Fringe, the bucket.
Free Fringe, yep.
Best way to go.
Yeah, my cousin, he lives like up in like the Highlands now, but him and his girlfriend still have a place in Edinburgh. So I think I have theirs to, blow up bed in theirs.
Unreal.
So I should be.
That's the biggest expense is accommodation. You're talking 2-3 grand easily, especially between 3 years.
We priced it yesterday. 15-minute drive from the Monkey Barrel, 25-minute walk. It was a nice apartment. No, it wasn't shite. It wasn't nice enough apartment. It was €2,900.
Fucking
for 2 weeks.
unbelievable.
That's only 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's criminal. People actually rent their apartments and their rooms and stuff out, and then go on holiday for the whole month of August, and it's paid for with money. Yeah, and then come back and they've still a few $100 left or whatever. It's
that thing I was
it's criminal.
I was like, anyone who's listing their property on Airbnb in this month is doing it for profit. Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
price is going to be more, and Airbnb are going to take a cut. It's like if we're going over trying to get accommodation, Airbnb is not.
You wouldn't even look at Airbnb.
It's not the most valuable way to do
it. Yeah, yeah, especially with their costs and stuff. But you'll have a ball. I've never seen anything like it. The Fringe is amazing.
That's what we want, because we're not going over like, oh, we're going to be Victoria, we're going to be the best in the act. We're going over the waste, fucking £500, but come back with a load of stories. That's
it. Stories, experience, and you'll come back so polished as well.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You'll be getting up on stage. Your brain will be so active. Like, I used to get up on stage and just change the first 5 minutes of my set and just talk about things that I did that day.
Because you're probably trying to keep yourself entertained.
Yeah, you're trying to stay
keep it fresh for yourself.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going and just rifling out the same set day after day after day.
Yeah, like when I did that BBC New Comedy Awards, like the guy who was on before me, I just came back from doing the Fringe, and he was on before me, and he was fucking sharp. I was like, bollocks.
Always the way though.
I just back from chicken boxes, based on the Fringe for 3 weeks. Fuck's sake.
But you can tell when people have done the Fringe because they come back razor sharp.
Yeah, he was.
They really do. Like,
yeah, it was that guy Mike Rice.
Don't think I know who that is.
He done Larvaries a couple of weeks ago. He's from down south.
Oh yeah, I do know. Tall, skinny guy.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
What else have you planned for the future then? What do you think? I know the podcast you have took on sponsorship.
Yeah, we've got our first sponsorship in there.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get more sponsors really for it. Speaking of the Fringe, we're trying to get a bit of money in to sort of fund our time over there. But yeah,
but that's a good thing. You're doing the three of you together. Obviously, you have the podcast, and any money you bring into the podcast should pay for your Fringe show without you having to dip in your pockets. You know, if it keeps going the way it's going.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant that you have that kind of platform, and it's the three of you, where it's not just you all going right. You fucking put money into this, you put money in from here, you put money in from there. It's something that you're already doing collectively.
Yeah.
That is class that can be used to transfer over to doing stand-up and getting better.
Definitely, yeah.
It's brilliant.
Like, the podcast is going well. Like, I definitely would love to have you on in the new year. Like,
yeah, no problem.
We've got actually the stage now where, like, people have asked to come on and we've had to say, it'll be a couple of months. Like, we had Mickey on, we had Luke McGibbon on, we've had Jordan Ramsey on a few times, we've just had Shane on, with Butler on tomorrow, with Dave coming up. It was actually got the stage where, like, we've had to like stagger the guests, so it's good, and it's really helping with the numbers, like, because when we get like a decent name on, it really does give us the boost.
Yeah,
we're getting a bit of a reach now. So,
and it was just the three of us, wasn't it? Have you just started bringing on guests recently?
So it was just the three of us, and it still will be the three of us, but just we're sort of using people to get views. But that's the best way to do it.
It is. It's the only way.
Like maybe once a month have a guest, and the other 3 episodes is us.
Class. Where do you record?
In Kieran's house, North Belfast.
Does he live on his own?
He's recently got a flatmate. He gets locked in his room.
Really?
We record like literally like, don't fucking come out.
Jesus Christ.
Poor wee fella sitting in his room pissing himself.
Well, he'll have the whole of August to himself. What time are we on? Are we? We probably need to wrap it up soon. We've both to get back to doing stuff.
That's it.
Appreciate you coming on anyway. Sorry it's so cold. I feel almost like people are watching this going, is he nervous? But I'm fucking shivering.
Well, I've always wanted to see your nipples. So
yeah, well here, you've seen them through about 3 layers.
Thanks
no problem at all. Are We Podcast?
Yep.
Check it out. It's on YouTube. Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts.
Pick Giffin on all the normal socials.
Happy days. Home Alone, if you want to get the last of the tickets, go to goh.co.uk. Diona's new show, Hindu, has literally just released tickets. It's for the Grand Opera House, I think in October. So make sure you go on and get tickets to that. I know so many people seen Bridesmaids and fucking loved it. So you're in for another treat if you enjoyed that. So go check that out. And yeah, follow me and Pete on all the socials. And we'll see you back next week for another new episode. Cheers for your ears. Thank you. Have a good one.